own, Hosea. Think about that. How wonderful is life, man. Muzungu has built cars for us, Hosea. I'm sure you're driving a car. You go to a cozy office and work for Muzungu, and he's provided you with coffee machines. I always hear you making coffee in that beautiful office of Muzungu. He pays your bills. You can buy underwears. You can buy your wife some roses. You know, Hosea, you are living like a king under the rulership and the authority of Muzungu. Don't lie to yourself, man. You will be stuck in a mud house driving a donkey in Lesotho somewhere right now if it wasn't because of Muzungu. So why are you lying to Africans, Hosea? You see, that's why even Ibrahim Traore there, he couldn't wait to flee and run to Muzungu. Your superhero is there with Putin. You put him right there. He can't wait to take pictures with Putin, Hosea. You know, Ibrahim Traore doesn't like to take pictures with black people, man. He will never take a picture with your black ass, man. That's gonna look good, man. Your ugly stinking ass on his picture. He will rather take it with Putin, man. A short, handsome, firm, standing, strong, whitey man who has taken the world by his own fist. You know, that's the man, Hosea. And Ibrahim Traore, he wants to lead like Putin. He's following his footsteps because the whitey man knows how to run societies, Hosea. You know, I'm telling you the truth, Hosea. This is the truth. You don't want to hear it. You like to romanticize reality. We are all working for the man, Hosea. Even if you go to Nigeria, they producing the oil for the man. They producing that oil for the man in suit, man. The Mzungu. You know, I'm sure where you are, Hosea, right now, you are wearing nice t-shirts on Sunday. You know, it's summer outside with some shorts. You're wearing some nice shoes. You know, you're about to go chill somewhere, maybe later on in the afternoon, and listen to the music. Those radios were created by the Mzungu man, Hosea. You know, you will be nothing without the Mzungu man, Hosea. That's why last time I spoke with you, you said, you know, I'm gonna go open my company, my office in Japan, or what the other place you said, was it China? You did not even mention any black country, Hosea. And I don't judge you. I don't blame you, man. I will also do the same. You know, you said, Africans are not united. But look, Hosea, let me give credit to his due. Africa is the most united continent on the face of earth. Black people are the most united people in the world, in the whole world, Hosea. Black people are the most lesser chaotic people in terms of country to country. They don't like to fight, but they're united in poverty. The black people are united in misery and poverty. The whole continent of Africa is under one unity, which is misery and poverty. No development, no progress, no challenging each other. We have to coddle each other. You see Zimbabwe is failing. Don't tell Zimbabwean men the truth about their failure and their cowardness. Just coddle them and tell them, you know, my brother, it's not your fault. It's gonna be okay. It's the Mzungu man. Nigeria is falling and collapsing. No, it's not your fault, Nigerian man. You don't have you are not proper man. You can't stand for yourself. It's the Mzungu man that is putting his feet on your throat. It's just, you know, we have to coddle Africans so that we can validate them and make them feel good about their own failure. The lack of producing the scientific measures and the technological measures to advance our technologies. This is the reason why we're behind. But no, we have to coddle our people and say, beat them on their chest and say, you got the superior genes. You are a black, tall man. The world, it's under you. You are superior. Superior in what way? In poverty? We live in poverty. When are we going to start to tell the truth, Hosea? Africa is behind not because of anyone but ourselves as African people. If you cannot build scientific technology to compete, if you cannot develop your own tech to protect your land, it's nobody's fault but your own. Other people who advance, they're gonna come and tear your society apart if they choose to. You cannot depend, you cannot build a society where your fate is held by other people and what they decide to do. We basically live under the mercy of other advanced societies as Africans. If America wants to nuke us, they can do it by tomorrow, Hosea. They can start even today. Nobody will do shit. You know, but I must say, with the most a united continent on the earth. Because if you look at Asia right now, China might be taking over Taiwan anytime from now. There might be a serious war that might break in there, and then between India and China, they go back and forth at their borders. I'm talking soldiers at each other's throat, and then you can see what is happening with Israel and Palestine, and then you got Iran there flexing their muscles, flying some serious missiles. Then you go to Europe. Are we not looking at Russia and Ukraine? I mean, serious things are happening there where cities are bombasted to dust. And then that there's a current war happening in north of Russia. People, Finland and France are involved. Russia is also defending itself in the north of Russia. On that, when you go to the North Pole, people barely know about this thing. That war has been happening for more than 10 years. If you look at America right now, USA might be invading Venezuela anytime from now. Maduro is busy preparing men to fight. So if there's any continent that has got more unity, it's Africa. But we are united in cowardness. We are united in poverty and misery. We are united in the lack of ambition. All other continents, even when they fight all the time, they still advance more than us. Maybe we need more wars in Africa. Maybe we need to stop being pacified cowards and maybe start to invade other countries and impose our will there. Because if we don't do it, other countries always come in Africa and invade, and they impose their systems there. Maybe we need to start doing that and stop preaching this love. It hasn't yielded the results we want. Africa is the most underperforming continent on the face of earth this year. I will appreciate if you can stop lying to Africans. And I told you on this panel, I said, when people talk about Africa, say let's unite, you are looking at men right now who cannot produce anything. They will rather be fighting for free healthcare in South Africa. This is the reality of what we have here in Africa was here. Fully grown men who left women and kids behind in their countries here in South Africa fighting for free healthcare was here. Where have you seen such? You are dealing with the most entitled people on the face of earth. There's nobody who's entitled more than a black man. Can't build anything. I mean, this is 2025 was here. Should I remind you? May I remind you? This is 2025. People still fleeing their countries, fighting for free healthcare in some other man's country. And these are men, the said part. These are not even women and kids. No, they left them behind to perish and die in their own that they fled from. But no, let's pretend like black people are gonna construct something valuable on the continent. No, let's pretend like right now things are okay. It's just the Mzungu man. You know why the Mzungu man is succeeding in Africa? Because we're not ready to govern the whole continent. Why we're not ready? We're just not people who are invested in science culture and technological culture. These are the things we don't build ourselves. And as long as we don't build science and technology, we will always be vulnerable. We will never be able to protect our territories. And that's why everybody's here in Africa and doing as they please. We should stop blaming the Mzungu men. Stop blaming the Chinese men. They only doing what they know at best. We have a power in us to block them from doing as they please in Africa. But guess what? That is not happening. People like Hosea will rather here perpetuate a victim mentality. You will rather make the cowards African men be victims of nature. We're not victims as Africans. We are men like any other group of men. We have got balls, we have got two legs, let me just take it back. We don't have balls, but we've got two legs, we've got two hands. Everything that other men can do, we can do it as well. Why are we failing? Why are we always victims? 1.4 billion people standing on the land their forefathers left them with, but nothing but victims. Oh, why is Zimbabwe not functioning? The sanctions, man. It's the Muzungu man, it's the whitey man. So what have you done in the past 8 years? Man, we've been waiting for South Africa to join BRICS so that they can come free us, man. The BRICS South Africans, man, they're not even allowing us to be in their country, man. Someone has to always be a victim and someone has to always be blamed. Hosea, this mentality, I'm right, Hosea. That's why you love me to be on your panel. You're not gonna take me down. But anyway, I'm telling the truth. I'm preaching gospel to the ears of Africans. There's nothing more truth than what I'm saying right now.
Us of Africans, we love Africans, and at the end of the day, Africans will come together and they will build together, and you are going to see the results, Maboso, of us becoming a greatest continent that we are, the greatest nations that we are. You can shout and you can say everything that you want to say about Africans, but you need to know that we are powerful. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Yes, yeah, we have been defeated.
You're so powerful. You're so powerful. You can't even feed yourselves.
It doesn't matter, but you need to understand that, bro. We have all the wealth under our feet. Are you listening? We have all the wealth under our feet, even where I'm sleeping. Maybe there's a platinum under my bed here. Maybe there's a diamond. Maybe there's a gold mine under me here. So please do not undermine Africa, bro. Do not undermine yourself. As a black man, you need to speak well of your other black men and encourage black people and speak good of them and see positivity. Do not always put a black man down. What is wrong with a black man? All that a black man does is put himself down. Put himself down. Look, Putin wishes he was black. Gents, you guys are playing. Putin wishes he was black.
Stop it, Stop it. That short guy doesn't wish to be black. Stop it.
I'm telling you. Look at the picture. Look at the picture. Look at the picture. Look at the picture.
I mean, is this about the numbers and the likes now? You know, Putin is not that crazy. That man which is
I'm telling you, bro.
Oh Lord. Even the black men don't want to be black men, Hosea. You know, Hosea, in another universe given a choice to be reborn again, you're going to choose to be born as white. White is right. White is winning. You know this, I'm telling you the truth. Look, you can come here and lie to yourself and lie to other people. The reality is, I'm not gonna lie to myself. I'm just not gonna do that. I'm very, very disappointed in black people as a whole. It's very, very disappointing. You know, we have to come here and nest people's feelings and lie to. Maybe the black man has been lied to for centuries now, and this is the reason why Africa is in this condition. Maybe we need a generation of shame, a century of shame, where we tell ourselves the truth. Maybe that's how we're gonna fix the continent. Because you're not the first person to lie to African men, Hosea. They've always been told that and coddled that, you know what, it's not your fault. You are doing so well. It's like, you know, when you teach your kids, like, you know, you don't tell them the truth. You always tell them like, you know, you are doing so well. They're never gonna grow and be responsible adults. They will always live in the bubble that you sold them. Reality is, Hosea, no matter from any angle you want to view African black men globally, we are lesser productive. Africa is not a productive place, and it is one of the richest continents. It is the second largest continent, and it's embarrassing that it's not productive as it should. Whose fault it is? Are you gonna continue to blame every other man?
Maboso, we were colonized, bro.
Oh,
you need to understand that we were colonized.
Bad for us, man. We are victims. You know.
Yes, we are victims. You can't lie, bro. Look, Maboso. Before you move forward, you need to accept. You need to accept that we were colonized and we are starting from the behind. We are starting from the back, but we are coming. No, we are victims.
We are colonized, victims. Is true, but why?
Yes, we were defeated, bro.
So you admitting that we were defeated in the battles? That's why Africa was taken over. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, we were defeated, but now we are building. But you are against that building. You are against our startup. You are against our comeback. I don't know why. You are always shaming Africans. How will they rise while you are busy shaming them?
I'm not against that, Hosea. You know, that's the reason why I'm on your panels, because I've equipped myself in international politics and geopolitics. You know why I did that? Because part of me cares. I'm just not pretentious like you. I care about Africa more than you can think. That's why I know. You have noticed that I've got more knowledge about Africa more than you, Hosea. How do you think I equipped it? I did not study politics in school or history. I equipped myself with that knowledge. Why? Because part of me cares. I want to see change. What I've changed, I used to speak like you, Hosea, probably 7 years ago. I've changed my strategy. We evolve as people, and I had to reflect and sit back. I used to even have good reasons, valuable reasons why I blamed colonialism, and that's true. It's valid, but we have to evolve and go beyond that. We have to grow up, Hosea. At the end of the day, the current black man is disappointment. We can't continue to look at something else more than taking accountability. Africa, yes, has been colonized, but how long should we run on that excuse? Yeah, we've been colonized. Now we have got second phase of neo-colonialism. They even gave it a name. What is happening right now? Why are we still victims of this whole thing? Why are we always victims? At the end of the day, the fate of Africa lies in us, the men of Africa. Without no excuses here. In this life, you cannot have excuse. It's a jungle here. It's either you're gonna run for your life or you're gonna fight for your life. And we are in a position where we cannot even afford to run anymore as black men. We're gonna have to fight. And maybe fighting means you're gonna have to be honest with black men and tell them what is at stake. Unlike you, who romanticize the reality and continues to blindfold the black man, we have to tell the truth. How are you going to explain the second largest continent on earth, a very reasonable population, but it's total chaos? We are lesser productive. How you explain the situation in Zimbabwe? How you explain Ethiopia, Somalia, is Nigeria? Oh, colonized. Why do we allow other men to colonize us? Why are we not men enough? Is it that, at some point we need to be honest?
Yeah, my boss, I hear you.
Both of you have very valid points. I think that.
All right, Veli.
Sorry,
Veli, you will come. Yes. You will come in. Abza.
Oh, sorry.
Let's hear Abza. Abza, how are you? Good afternoon. As to stay with the black man, he's even standing with Ibrahim Traore. So what do you think, man? But for me, I think Putin is not white, bro. He's a black man in a white skin. Because look, there's clever blacks. We call people clever blacks because they're blacks, but they act like Mzungu. So Putin is a Mzungu, but he acts like black. So he's black inside. So what do you think? Do you think Putin is a white man, or do you agree with my analogy? And what do you think about African unity? Is it possible? Because Maboso is busy beating up Africans, but I'm saying no, Africans have been attacked for a long time. We need to rise. We need at least to breathe. And we need to start afresh, bro. Come in, Genava.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, Hosea. I share the same sentiments with you. I would call Putin a clever white. A clever white. We have, as black people, clever blacks. I would then refer to Putin as a clever white. Putin is a brother. Mr. Hosea, you know,
Putin is a brother. You are right. I agree with you, bro. Putin is a brother. He's a black man in a white skin.
Yeah, he's a brother. Definitely, without a doubt, he's a brother. Remember, it's still the Russians who were arming the MK soldiers, who were arming the Africans, basically, to fight imperialists. So the Russians have got on the good side of the history. With my fellow panelist, Mr. Maboso, is a very intelligent man. He looks like he's very learned. I respect him. But however, in African matters, I think he tends to be ignorant at some point. But nevertheless, I still hold him with high regards, with all due respect. You see, Mr. Hosea, with us Africans, this thing, we need to understand it. There are written rules of the war that are, unwritten rules, I wanted to say. We have unwritten rules of the war that we need to understand. And these rules, the African leaders who took over after colonization, and in our case after apartheid, those rules were then communicated with the then black leaders, and this is why we are here today. This is why Maboso is so frustrated with Africans today, because there are unwritten rules that these guys are abiding by, and now these rules, they are hindering, Mr. Hosea, they are hindering the process of emancipation. These rules are basically just to make it clear. They basically say that, look, we defeated you, and you want liberation, you want freedom. Freedom is not given. If you want it, you have to take it. If you want war, we will give you war. If there is an alternative though for you, we can put you in office, you can run the show, you can do everything, just do not disturb the work that we have already done. Meaning all those mines that they have accumulated, or everything that they have conquered, all their work must not be disturbed. So this is therefore, you see African leaders, you see Africa as a whole not going anywhere. Like Hosea, explain to me who in his right mind will have mineral resources and just give it to the West, and just give it and have maybe a 5% stake, 10% stake of your own mineral resources. If you've got a lot of stake, it will be maybe 13 up to 15% stake. The rest of the minerals in your land is owned by foreign powers. So no one in his right mind and will actually do that. These people are held at a gunpoint. It is only us, the masses, who do not understand what is really going on. These guys, they are doing their best. They are doing their best in stealing, because they know that there's really nothing they can do. They are at the mercy of these people, because it is the same people who have to come and be foreign direct investors. These foreign direct investors are the same people who are looting our land, who are looting our mineral resources. So it means that they are benefiting from our minerals. It means
Abza, sorry about that. I want to ask you this. Is there any president in the world who has ever flown on the presidential flight